All right, welcome to exercise 37. This is one of my favorites. In this one, you're going to memorize a lot of stuff. Memorization, like I've said before, is the easiest way to get awesome at something. It's painful for some folks, it's really difficult, it is something you have to work at, but trust me, it helps a lot. Memorization isn't so useful for creative application of skills you've learned, but it is very useful for learning skills and basic elements you need in a subject so that you can then learn to apply them. You've been applying a lot, and you had an exercise in the first half of the book where you memorized a lot of things. So this part of the memorization is getting solid on stuff. It's pretty much every single keyword and thing you need to know in Python, and a lot of stuff you don't know yet, so you're going to go look them up. Now, there's a lot of stuff here. Data types, all the keywords. There's some of these keywords you probably haven't even seen yet. String escape sequences, you should know. String formats, operators. I don't even use some of these operators. Like, let's just play with one real quick. See the double asterisks, right? Power, so 2 to the 4. You might write that like that in other languages, but in Python that doesn't mean what you think it means. The @ symbol, that's a super useful one, but sort of confusing, and you run into it more as a user. There's things that you put @ symbols in front of to use. You can also write your own stuff that uses it. Yeah, lots of symbols. So what you do, right, is go and write up a bunch of index cards with these. Take the time to do it. The act of writing the index cards actually prepares you for it and gets you set up to do your memorizations. There's also that program Anki. You can totally use Anki. There's nothing wrong with using it, but make sure you make your own cards in it. Don't download the ones that are out there. I think people have done cards for Learn Python the hard way, but just, use Anki on its own. That's fine. No matter how you do it, physical index cards or Anki, go through this, do this for at least a week, just memorizing. But you can also do this while you move ahead. You don't have to do just this. It would be good if you could put in 2 hours over the course of a day. Remember, I tell you, don't do a whole hour of memorization. That's just mind-numbing. Do 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there throughout the course of the day. That keeps your brain good, right? That does a little chipping away at the memorization. Then, once you're done with that, you're going to have code reading exercises. So again, just go to some of my projects that I mentioned last time, or just search around on your own. At this point, you should be able to go on websites like GitHub, Bitbucket, even Google. Google has plenty of references to things. Go to any search engine you want and find Google code. When I say go to Google, and find source code, just look for Python source code. There's plenty of it out there. The Django project has a lot of source code too. Go there and basically read through the code and then see if you can recognize the symbols and see if that makes sense. See if you see how they're used. Look up how the symbols are worked with. If you do all that for about a week, spend time reading the code, memorizing stuff, doing that, you will be really solid for the rest of the book. The next part of the book is going to get a little tougher, but a lot more fun. Okay, see you on exercise 38.